Good day and welcome to the Prime Feed News. The Democratic Alliance has threatened to vote against the budgets of the Higher Education and Human Settlements departments. This is in retaliation for the ousting of Industry and Trade Deputy Minister, Andrew Whitfield. At its briefing on Saturday afternoon, the DA said it would withhold its support because the politicians leading those ministries are either incompetent or implicated in corruption. The party is also keeping the possibility of pursuing a motion of no confidence against President Cyril Ramaphosa in abeyance.
This week, the National Assembly and National Council of Provinces will debate departmental plans and budget allocations. Various ministers will be outlining how their respective spheres intend to spend public funds, some of which the DA now says it intends to vote against. But the ANC caucus is not bothered.
As we did with the fiscal framework, there's no way that a withdrawal of the vote or a vote against by the Democratic Alliance will in any way result in the budgets of higher education and training as well as human settlement not being passed. I think we will have a majority, more than 200 members who will stand up and support the budget on the 23rd of July. So I don't know how the DA visualizes its success in this regard, because in this case, within the GNU, they are the only ones who are behaving exactly the same way they did in the past. And I think my interaction with the chief whips of other GNU parties, all of them are very, very unhappy and very uncomfortable with this conduct of the DA of wanting to disrupt the work of Parliament.
On Monday, Higher Education Minister Nobuhle Nkabane, who's under fire for allegedly lying in Parliament and the appointment of politically connected individuals to seaters, says she won't be resigning anytime soon.
I'm the right person for this position. I expect a pushback, hence we are making some turnaround strategies, especially in NSFAS. There are many contracts that we are terminating that we believe that they were appointed irregular. So one expects this pushback that it might be some of the reasons.
As a part of the series of actions the DA has in its arsenal, it has threatened to bring a motion of no confidence against President Cyril Ramaphosa. Even then, the second largest GNU partner is confident that it will have enough numbers to make good on their promise.
And if Cyril makes himself indistinguishable from Paul Mashatile and the corrupt RET faction, we will also indicate to them that we have the numbers to bring down the president. And we will use those numbers. We came very, very close to doing so. A motion of no confidence was actually in the frame. And a motion of no confidence would bring the president down and it would bring the government down. And we know what the consequence of that would be. But we will not be treated in the way that the president chooses to treat us, with hypocrisy and with double standards.
On Monday, the ANC's National Working Committee discussed the DA's conduct and what steps should be taken next. This also comes at a time when the NEC has postponed 2 meetings in which the possible ousting of the DA would have been high on the agenda.
Once you make a decision that you are submitting a motion of no confidence, you are effectively and literally walking away from the government of national unity. And that will require the ANC and the rest of the parties who are in the GNU to apply their minds in terms of how to deal with what will inevitably become a reconfiguration of the GNU in order to ensure that we safeguard our numbers and our support in the National Assembly. So as they walk away, I can predict there are many volunteers who are standing outside who will immediately say, now that these ones are gone, please consider us to come in the GNU.
Former DA leader Tony Leon, who also formed part of the negotiations in the setting up of the GNU, says the parties need to hit the reset button amongst themselves.
Before there's a national dialogue, which Cyril Ramaphosa and the ANC have punted as the panacea for our problems, there should actually be an internal dialogue within the government of national unity as to whether they're on the same page or indeed they are irreconcilables and they must each go their own way.
Out of the 400 seats in Parliament, the DA only has 89, which means it would either need to work with the MK Party and EFF, which is unlikely, or bank on a significant chunk of the ANC caucus backing their motion. For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I'm Zianda Ngobo in Johannesburg.